Well, snow's back, as you can see, and here's the new parts truck, GMC 2500. It's only a 2-wheel drive, but tyres are only 7 months old. They're very good. 8-bolt rims off of Dodge. The hood on it's good because ours is dented from the inside out. It's got rusty patches. Haven't looked at the driver's fender yet. Driver's fender's in good condition because ours is rusting through. Tailgate's not too bad either, so we need that. Don't want the tow mirrors, we don't tow enough. But there's a mirror inside which has got a compass in it and a thermometer, so we're going to get that wired up into the truck. And yeah, just strip this thing down for the parts we want just to make ours all nice and tidy. And we'll be parting out the rest. Just a 6-litre gas as well. But there is petrol in the oil, so I don't know how much longer it'll last, but it's totally running driving truck. You totally drove it here, you could totally drive it somewhere if you wanted, but yeah, we're just going to harvest it for all the best bits and get rid of what's left. I've been working away on this truck. I've got all sorts of different things done, and I haven't been filming a lot. Oddly enough, the day that Nan passed away, this camera started working again, so yeah, I am back in action for the time being. But as you can see, we're getting on with a bit of bodywork now. All the glass out the truck now. I've painted the dashboard black because it's full of holes, so I had to do a lot of fiberglassing work and get that all painted up. Probably won't be able to see it very well because I got it all covered in rags because we've taken the front screen out too, and just made sure that everything up underneath the rain gutter there is perfect, and it was pretty damn good there. So keep all the glass out. We're going to paint this truck at some point, so I've been doing some bodywork this side, getting the roof done. I've got the sill and the body mount and the inner sill done on this side. So as far as welding goes, we've pretty well just got to fill in around the transmission when we take the body lift out of it, which will be coming up shortly. Now that the underneath's all welded up. Another thing I've got on the go right now, I've got the grill out the truck. People who know these trucks know that the grills break for a pastime, and this one was no different to any others. Scraping the chrome off it was a pretty serious job, but we got there in the end, and now I've been repairing the cracks, and well, here you are. So basically this whole corner was all smashed and missing. We've repaired it. Basically I've just, anywhere there was a crack, I've stitched with the soldering iron both sides, and then we've just fiberglassed in. Obviously we've got to fill these, and I've still got a little bit more chrome to take off. Taking the chrome off of this has been an absolute nightmare. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody, but it was also in bad condition. We had to take all these little studs out because most of them were broken. And that was for the winter cover for the grill. But yeah, it's coming along. We've got lots of things on the go, and not many things finished, but it is coming along piece by piece. All the wiring and that done. That was the last video you've seen on this, and we did a live stream of the fire up, and a bit of speculation going on because it didn't start to start with, and all that was, to start with, I thought I hadn't primed it well enough. There's a diesel lift pump on the side of the engine, and I've replaced the fuel lines, so I just, I guess there wasn't enough fuel there. So primed it again, plenty of fuel. That wasn't the issue. Tried it again, still, obviously wasn't the issue. Basically, where I rewired and I pushed the loom wall back inside, I just basically unplugged the stop solenoid on the VE pump, which is just on the side there. Yeah, so that's all that was. Plug that back in, and she fired straight up, and yeah, everything appears to be working so far. So touch wood, it's all good, because I don't want to be getting into the wiring again. It's not my department at all. I don't usually do that sort of thing, but it's pretty straightforward on an old truck like this. So yeah, diesel lift pump on the side of the engine, just for anybody who doesn't know, is this guy right here. And I don't usually crack the fit in here. Obviously that's fuel in, and then there's the fuel to the engine. I usually come up a bit higher and crack the next one up just to make sure. And obviously you just pump this lever until you've got fuel coming through at the top, and then you crack it tight, and you should be good to go. But lift pump might not move. This doesn't always mean the lift pump's broken, because they've got like an arm that sits in on a cam, and if it's not in the right position you won't be able to move it. So basically you just need to turn the engine on a little bit, so whether you can get on the end of it with something, and turn it physically on the bottom pulley, or in an automatic maybe you could disconnect the stop solenoid on the side of the diesel pump and just crank it ever so slightly. If you've got that disconnected, it shouldn't go in theory. And on a manual you could put it in 5th gear and just rock the truck ever so slightly. It's not going to be much. You're not turning the engine over and over and over, but it's just enough to get the cam clear of this arm so that you can then start pumping. Yeah. Another thing I got fixed up was the speeder would clock on when the truck was running. So we had a whole box full of speed sensor parts and the different ratio adapters that go in between them, and I didn't know which one was which, but a bit of research online and that, and I think we've got the right one. We won't know till we drive the truck, but it's got a brand new speed sensor on it, the correct ratio adapter hopefully, and it's not clocking on mileage, and the speedo's not bouncing to 100 kilometers an hour while you're stationary anymore, so that should hopefully be fixed as well. The wiring can be suspect on that too, so we fixed that. So fingers crossed. In regards to everything like that, we're pretty well good to go. Like I said, get the body lift out, get this guy welded up, and yeah, it's all new metal in here now, both sides. Another part of the grill that was broken, the guy just smashed this rib out with a hammer to put his wiring for his plow harness in, and so this bit was broken. This piece here was broken out, and all this side was broken out. So as you can see, it's been a few stages in fiberglass and filler, but I've got it somewhere handy now. It's not perfect yet, but you know, it's getting there. It's not too bad considering I had nothing to work with. But I basically just bent up a piece of steel, well, fixed the edge, fixed both sides first, got this bit built up, and then bent a piece of steel up, and then just fiberglassed the whole lot in and filled it up, and now it's somewhere handy. And when it's in the grill, you shouldn't notice too much. It's all going to be painted black. And yeah, working along the back of the cab, we've got all the rust spots, you know, tidied up and cut out wherever needs be, and replaced with new metal around the windows and that. So a lot of work's been done to this truck. Somebody is going to end up with a very good truck at the end of it. This is for sale because we've got another potential project coming up that we can't miss out on. But there is no rust in this truck. You know, the chassis is very good. It's going to have the big Alcoa transport truck rims on it. It's going to have the visor back on it and the big mirrors, and there's the rims. But yeah, going to get those polished up at some point too. Probably going to look at doing something with the front bumper because that's been hacked about and it's got a few dents in it, but it's not too bad. Might be able to do something with it. I think that's probably going to be about it for this video because you probably don't want to see hours and hours and hours of bodywork and stuff. But yeah, good update, let you know what's going on. Quite a few things have changed. Oh yeah, I've put all new tabs on the back of the grill too that weren't there, so that we can actually mount it properly, and hopefully it won't crack again this time. But yeah, thanks for coming along once again. Just a quick update on the Holy Grail project. She is coming together and it is going to be an awesome truck. But thanks everybody for the support so far. Thanks everybody once again for the kind words in the last video. Huge love, and we'll catch you all on the next one. Cheers.